PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. We now interrupt your regular... This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the National Association of Professional... Any reproduction or rebroadcast, retransmission or other dissemination or the use of this broadcast, descriptions or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the National Association of Professional... On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield, after surviving the chaos at Bristol Motor Speedway, and his team did a very good job in surviving the crazy carnage that was Bristol Motor Speedway. Hi, welcome to the I'm Amazing edition of Inside PCSRA. Daniel Wills here in our PCSRA studios. We're glad to have you all with us. And to say our expert panelists, we're going to talk about everybody's awesome start, and our expert panelists will be here to tell you the truth and say, how amazing are they? Simple as that. So I'm going to go ahead and notify them. Oh, yes, as that had to be in the way. Sorry about that. I hate caution signs when they have to be in the flippin' way. So, yeah. So, good little statistic here. Sean Art gets his first career win in what is his 12th start of the season, his 12 races so far. He got it because of drivers having some issues so far. And that's how it goes so far. Is we're going to discuss about a lot of things that we need to discuss. We'll discuss the first 12 races. We'll talk about All-Star Weekend, about how good the money is paid out. We'll talk about the whole first half of the season, what's been a big surprise and what's not been a big surprise. And then we will preview Michigan for our 13th race on the season, and we'll talk about some points adjustments that had to come into play for drivers like our 3 past champions. Easy like that. And right now we do not have any panelists that's joining us as of right now, but we will have some eventually. Yes, hi Roadrunner, by the way, before I forget. I need to update Roadrunner's role here. Before we bring our expert panelists, our regular expert panelists. So, yeah. So, while we're waiting for our expert panelists to come join us, few announcements to go ahead and say before we get started, if my freaking deal wants to control. So, a few things I need to say before we get started. Number one is that, with the fact that I'm going to be getting I'm the first NR person to get a COVID-19 vaccination. When that will take place is yet to be determined. So, I don't know what that's going to mean as far as if this is going to affect any shows is concerned. If that would be the case, I would probably move the show back a day, so that way I can get this vaccination done easily. So I'm just hoping to make sure I don't test positive for COVID-19. So want to throw that out there. Oh, by the way, Roadrunner, I just updated your roles in the Blue Hedgehog server, so you're welcome. Second, with the fact of, you know, what's been going on with the NR community, which I'll probably start it off anyway with What's been going on? Let me think here. Elijah's start up his own NR league. Is doing his NR league tomorrow. I'll be at work. I'm not going to watch the Xfinity or Cup races this weekend because I have to work that weekend. Of course, they start late, which I go in to work at 3. The race will be already over, so yeah. So I will not be watching Homestead this weekend because of work. I will, however, be watching Supercars as far as that is concerned. I gave you the inside PCSRA rules since now you're a driver of the PCSRA. You got a inside PCSRA rule, so that means you're allowed to join the VC. Unless I need to fix the VC, which I probably will eventually. That way, there's no issues between now and then, because if it's locked for whatever reason, I'll probably fix it. So, yeah. So, back to what I was saying. So, Supercars are starting their season tonight, which is Saturday for them. By the way, good morning. Good Saturday morning to everybody in Australia and also New Zealand. As they get ready for, you're welcome, dude. As they get ready for their first race of the season at Bathurst. And should be exciting, if you ask me. Roadrunner. Yeah, Roadrunners can join. Great Lakes is gonna probably join a bit. Yeah, Swarman, if he's ready. I don't know why my charger is like lagging. And it's like down to 83 for no damn reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Somebody else is watching besides Roadrunner. So, yeah. So, with that taken care of and all that, I don't have any other announcements. Probably, some people are probably not going to watch some NR races tomorrow because of the Xfinity race going on. And had there been a truck race tonight, I don't think anybody would be watching 11 o'clock because of the truck race, just my opinion. And also wrestling, so I don't think that's going to be a possibility, so, yeah. But, other than that, I really don't want to be hosting this show alone. Let me ask Taylor. Because we got a lot to discuss. Yeah, while we're waiting for panelists, so let's get right into the conversation we have for this week's episode of Inside PCSRA. So, well, what do you know? We have one of our panelists here to joining us. We want to welcome to the show Zachary Taylor. Oh, wait, here we go. We want to welcome to the program Zachary Taylor, driver of the M&M's Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Dip Nugget, how are you doing? I don't know what that is. Taylor, thanks for joining me. Hang on. There we go. Now you can hear me, right? Okay, there we go. I don't know why the volume was being stupid, but anyway. Let's get right into the news topics for Inside PCSRA. If you haven't heard the news already, there were some punishment that was handed out before All-Star Race Weekend. David Gene Heller was suspended indefinitely by PCSRA for violating the PCSRA's code of conduct. Nightly underscore persona6, thank you for the follow. For that reason, Cody Smart was also fined $10,000 for his involvement in the incident, like last weekend. So there you go, and we'll discuss all the other topics with Zachary Taylor. Seems as though the punishment, I believe, caught some people off guard. Do you think that the punishment for both David and for Cody Smart was fair, Taylor? Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that, you know, hi, Larry Lobster. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but anyway, I think most people, for me, is that I feel like, you know, you got to take the consequences really seriously. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen this with PCSRA, you know, of, you know, where to go from here. You know, you got to build a good relationship as far as having a team is concerned. But when you do stupid things like what David did, it's where the consequences are starting to get really severe, if you ask me. So, want to get your opinion on this. Patrick Watson, the race director for PCSRA, said the actions from both parties was very unacceptable behavior, and he said most of it was the fact that this kind of was boiling over, just like, you know, how Elijah was feeling every time we had a roasting chat for a reason. Would you agree with what Patrick just said right there? Yeah, and again, this is not taking offensive to anybody, but this is just our basic opinion. So, Mr. Watson also said that he had talked to both Norm Mungus. How are you doing? He talked to both parties in the big orange truck for their actions, and, you know, I think while Cody did apologize to Patrick Watson about this whole deal in the big orange truck following the before All-Star race weekend at Charlotte, it seemed like David didn't apologize, and that's why he got the boot. So, you know, and now the question for you, Taylor, since you are a driver in this series, you know, could this really hurt Cody's chances of possibly not only trying to get in the top 35 in owner points, but also trying to get in the top 30 in points for his win at, I think it was Darlington, to count towards a spot in the no, it was, I forgot what race he won it, but do you see this could hurt Cody Smart, not only trying to get in the top 35, but also the top 30 for that win to count for a playoff spot? I know Cody said, you know, before All-Star Weekend, you know, what happened last week happened. We just put it behind us and try to make it in the top 35 and then try to make it in the top 30 in points for the win to count for a playoff spot. Next thing we need to discuss, the penalty that Greg Rutz was given following the Phoenix race. Sean Art did agree with the penalty, that it did fit the crime. which elevated Emily Anderson to victory lane at Phoenix instead of Greg Rutz. What's your take on PCSRA's penalty that Greg Rutz was given at Phoenix? Was fined $10,000 along with, I think it was either, I'm trying to think who it was, she got a, for her actions after the Coca-Cola race. I need to check it. I need Cody's DM. Suarez. Like Frida Suarez is what I'm saying. There we go. Ah, dagnabbit. But, can't find the Frida Suarez one. Sleek, how are you doing? Okay, why are we having some weird-ass YouTubers in this deal? I don't know if this is Elijah trying to get back at me or what, but whatever. Anyway. It's crazy. Forgot to mention this. Today is the anniversary of Kevin Harvick's debut in the Cup Series. I forgot to tell you that. Interesting, huh? So, anyway. Let's talk about, you know, let's talk about some surprise drivers, you know. The top two in the points, Courtney Lynn and, Courtney Lynn and, Leela Bakai, really look like they've been the class of the field, and nobody expected that. You know, you look at Leela Bakai last season, way outside the top 35. No way if she would have won last season in the top 30 in the points for that win to count towards a spot in the playoffs. You look at this season, 12 starts, 2 wins already, and so far that 35 team has dialed in. Would you agree with that? Yep. Yep. We also have Great Lakes driver the number 85 Double Mint Chevrolet for Outlaw Motorsports. So, nice to have Great Lakes on the show. So, you know, as we get ready for Michigan, you know, looking at the Michigan race, you know, of course, this is Elijah's home track, number 1. Number 2, if what we saw last season was any indication with fuel mileage coming into play, that really could really surprise a lot of people, and not only have like a big, not only this could be possibly 3 upsets in the process, but you're talking about 3 upsets as far as, you know, possible winners that might make it in the chase for the championship. Not only that, also be in the top 30 in the point standings. Hi, Elijah, by the way. So, what do you think we're going to see at Michigan this weekend, Taylor? And Great Lakes. I'll start with Taylor. Hi, Sean. yeah, Dora Marquez won this race last season along with Xavier Alsop and Abigail Furling. And let's not forget what happened last time we were at Michigan, where the 23 and the 30 took each other out, and they were teammates. Plus, Annie Thomas was on probation, so... which didn't go so well for the team after the race, if you ask me. Oh, God. Oh, I got no comment. Thank you very much. But, you know, to go back to your point, Taylor, you know, I mean, we had 3 races of 70 laps, you know. I mean, now with this, you know, format, you know, you got, you know, we had a rule change that came in, excuse me, we had a rule change that came in today. By the way, I just belched before I forget, Taylor. But anyway, getting back on topic here. We had a rule change before coming in this weekend, you know, that, of course, qualifying, we got told was rained out, so the lineup will be set by the point standings. Which would mean Lauren Ekstrom would make the show, Zachary Fitzwater would make the show. I think... I'll have to look through the point standings to see who had made the show, but I know the 3 past champion drivers would get provisionals because of the fact that they needed to get these starts, so that way they can make every race. So like June and Annie Einstein, Annie Thomas would get provisionals. And that would mean, unfortunately for you, Taylor, and for Great Lakes, you would not make the main event. But you're looking forward to racing the division races to see what you guys can learn. And, Taylor, I'll start with you. You know, you're in Division 2. What are you going to learn from Division 1 that's going to help you for Division 2? Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you know, with a race like this, you know, Michigan, I mean, yeah, it's the same as Auto Club, but it's a lot more banking at Michigan compared to other tracks we like to go on the calendar, you know. And, you know, with this being race 13, you know, you gotta think to yourself, you got 14 more races to go until we start the playoffs. And it doesn't matter if you have 1 win, 4 wins, anything like that. If you have a win, but you're not inside the top 30 in points, you are not going to make it to the chase for the championship. Keep that in mind. And I know Great Lakes knows he's going to go out there and say, I'm going to give it the best I can because I would like to get a victory if I don't make it inside the top 30 in points. Yeah. Roadrunner, by the way, got a nice result at Richmond. Got a top, I think he got like what, top 20, I think? Yeah, top 20. Which was a good run for Roadrunner, excuse me, for his debut, of course. Also, need to mention Emily Elizabeth has acquired all of the points from Taylor's little person that I kept nagging him too much about. You know what I'm talking about, okay? I don't want to bring up Maria Taylor in that conversation, okay? Hey, Taylor, at least I put a good driver to replace that fairy tale daughter of yours. Yeah, just be thankful. That's not... It's not like I'm gonna put a, I might actually put a Fairy Tale Son for David Gene Heller next season. Yeah, so far so good as a rookie. You know. But, anyway, I have a feeling with, you know, and I think Taylor, you've made how many, let me look. Taylor had 14 stars. I forgot to tell Taylor this, because Zachary Taylor made more than 7 starts last season, no longer qualifies him for Rookie of the Year. And, of course, he's missed too many races. So I would probably say the drivers that have missed too many races would be mathematically eliminated. I think, if I looked at the points, I think all of the EGI cars would be eliminated, with the exception of Emily Anderson, because like I mentioned before, she got the win at Phoenix thanks to Greg Rutz's little penalty, which was, I believe, a 2-lap penalty for aggressive driving is what Greg got, and it relegated him all the way down to like outside, almost like outside the top 5, put him like somewhere around the top 10, and elevate Emily Anderson up to P1. Brittany White got P3 at Phoenix, which I think we can all agree Brittany White's really surprised a lot of us so far this season. So, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to Michigan. It's supposed to be, if I look at Brooklyn, Michigan for the weather reports, Zachary Taylor needs to help me with the weather report, so we can make sure we throw the hills of Michigan for not Claude David Gene Heller. Looks like it's 41 degrees, so kind of chilly weather, but hey, it's okay. And speaking of Roadrunner, here's Roadrunner. Yeah. Yeah, 16th place. I mean, that's pretty good so far. Yeah, that's like, I think that's like the, well, let me think here. I think Cody's driver, Ari Springer, finished like top 10, and she only ran like, I don't know, 2 or 3 races in the Diva Series and did pretty well. There you go. I noticed that when I was going through the replay of the chat, I noticed Elijah's comments did not pop up on the replay, so I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if it's YouTube being drunk or what, but whatever the case, it didn't even show any comments from Elijah's deal on like the last few streams. Not offensive roast, it's just me being honest here. So, and I'm trying to find out why there's a fly in my drink, but I took out the ice. I don't know, but anyway, let's see here. As I pull up my schedule here, let me see. Mia Watts and Holly Wishmeyer also had respectable runs. At least those two did well at Richmond. So hopefully they can build some momentum going into Michigan. So, let's see here. So I'm looking through my schedule. Like I said, our next race is Michigan. Then we go to Dover. Yeah, Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile, which we are guaranteed a new winner in the main event, because the defending winner of the main event at Dover, Nick Pericles, is not back to defend his race win he had over yours truly. So there you go. But yeah, should be exciting if you ask me. So. I don't know what else I gotta say. I think that's That covers a lot of the discussions we need to say. Oh, before I forget, I already told these people in the VC about this little announcement, but I'll go ahead and share it to all of my subscribers who haven't heard this announcement. Beginning in 2022, we're going to be doing Inside the PCSRA Diva series for 2022. These guys that are in this VC will be part of the panelists. We'll talk about all of the 78 divas. Yes, 78 divas, because I'm weirdly that new show. So just gonna point that out to all of you guys right there. So, but Taylor's looking forward to that. Sheesh, that's when I graduate. Yeah, 2022. Yeah. I just want to get that little 2022 announcement out of the way before I hog it up too far. Oh, program note I need to pass along. The other day I got an update on the start date for the inaugural Overwatch League podcast, which will be a 3-member group this season with Nathan Orman and Zachary Taylor, along with yours truly. That show is scheduled to start April the 16th, but I have a feeling we're going to record that show sometime next week. We're going to probably record that show next week. We're going to do our predictions, talk about the teams, talk about their records, yada, 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 and then go from there. So, looking forward to that. Coming up next, I believe, coming up in a little bit is the NASCAR Pit Stop Show, followed by 11 o'clock. Coming up for me, the stream has the caution sign. I ignore the caution sign because it doesn't matter because it's being glitchy. But anyway, coming up next, like I said, is the NASCAR Pit Stop Show with Elijah. Then they have 11 o'clock. For me, we have I'll be live on Twitch TV doing a 100% redo edition of Spyro Reignited Trilogy, which I'm actually doing the full game. That'll be streaming on Twitch, so come on back for that. Don't forget, we'll have Season 2 of the Vietnam Grand Prix for the F1 2020 My Team Karuma. That'll be coming up soon. Should be fun, so can't wait for that. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out? Yeah. You know what I'm going to hope for and hope and pray? I hope and pray we end up having to throw Nathan James Orman in the snow while he's not clothed. That way we get that done. We hope you all enjoyed this episode of Inside PCSRA here on the PCSRA Radio Network. As we say, copyright 2021 by the PCSRA, the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association. Yep. So thanks for joining us. Hope you all enjoyed the stream if you guys enjoyed it, even though you saw a black screen, but whatever. Be sure to give it a like, comment, either, give us your thoughts, subscribe if you haven't yet to become part of the PCSRA crew today. Don't forget to like the PCSRA Facebook page if you have Facebook. We're going to make a PCSRA Twitter account for all of you guys, so that way it'll be fun. It'll be probably on my other account, but yay. Other than that, we're really looking forward to Michigan, and we hope you guys will enjoy the awesome deal. We'll be back next week to talk about Michigan, and then we'll talk about the Coca-Cola 600. And what could this mean for drivers that took part in the All-Star race a few weeks ago? We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, thanks for joining us for Roadrunner, Zachary Taylor, and Mr. Great Lakes. I'm Daniel signing off from here in Yukon, Oklahoma, which is nice and sunny and 41 degrees. And until tonight's episode of NBA 2K21 Career Mode,